this is Emily from MrsReallyMyLife.com, and if you haven't been following along, we are sharing the story of why we converted from intelliBED to Tempur-Pedic. Our intelliBED arrived yesterday, and we had our first night's rest, and it was 100 times better than our first, second, 21st night's rest on our Tempur-Pedic. We want to know why these mattresses are so awesome, so we're meeting with Bob Rasmussen, the founder of intelliBED, at their Draper location to see if he can shed some light on how the company is perfecting the science of sleep, or as I like to say, perfecting the science of sweet dreams. So let's go inside. So now we're here with Bob Rasmussen, founder of intelliBED, to learn why these mattresses are so incredibly amazing. So tell us about the science, or tell us the history maybe, or the story.
Well, let me tell you the story about the intelli-GEL and what makes these beds different than all the other beds on the market.
Okay.
So one of the most confusing things in the world to do is to go mattress shopping. For one thing, you can't zip them open and see what's inside, right?
That's true.
For another thing, you're working with salespeople that you don't know, and it's difficult to just lie on the bed for a few minutes and then make a very, very important decision that's going to affect literally your health for the next 5 to 10 to 15 years. And so people are changing the way that they're buying mattresses, and we're really kind of at the forefront of changing that model. Really what sets intelliBED apart from all the other mattress manufacturers, whether it's Tempur-Pedic, Sleep Number, any of the pillow top brands, they all have one thing in common, and that is that they rely on foam to cushion the body. Foam was a great invention. It was much better than springs and the other materials that were in beds because of the fact that it cushioned better. And so that was a leap forward. intelli-GEL, which we're showing here, is really the basis of our beds.
It's like your secret sauce.
It's our secret sauce.
That's right.
intelli-GEL is really what sets intelliBED apart from all the other manufacturers. intelliBED uses this intelli-GEL material.
And you're the only one.
We're the only ones,
Okay.
yeah. We've got the exclusive rights to this technology. The layer that you see here is the thickness of the gel that's inside the beds.
And that's it. Just
It's
okay.
that amount. We found that this amount is the right amount to use. And the way that intelli-GEL is different, there's three main ways that intelli-GEL is different than foam or any of these other materials that are used in cushioning. The first is the way that intelli-GEL cushions. So you can see that it's a grid pattern here. So the secret to intelli-GEL is the fact that that all these hollow columns stand vertical. And when you lie down on it, what happens is under your hips and shoulders, where excessive pressure would occur that would cause you to toss and turn at night,
Okay.
right? The intelli-GEL buckles. And when it buckles, it allows just that area to sink deeply into the mattress. So your hips and shoulders sink well into the mattress. It eliminates the pressure points on your hips and shoulders and transfers the support to your back and side where you need it. And so the result of that is a very even distribution of pressure all the way across your whole body. And so one of the important things that a mattress needs to do for you is to allow you not to toss and turn. It takes about 90 minutes for us to complete a sleep cycle, right?
Okay.
And it's at the bottom of that sleep cycle where we get the stages 3 and 4 of sleep. That's where the body heals itself, it builds its immune system. And the problem with so many of these other mattresses that are foam-based is that they don't relieve pressure well enough. And so you're constantly tossing and turning, and what happens is it fragments your sleep. So every
you
time
wake up exhausted.
Every time you wake up and turn over,
Right.
even though it's subconscious, you raise out of the deep stages of sleep. And that fragmented sleep is one of the reasons that so many disease states are on the rise. Autoimmune diseases, there's a link to diabetes and poor sleep, heart disease, obesity.
I was going to say, I know that weight, a
Yeah.
lot of times too, they say.
So the first breakthrough of intelli-GEL is the way that it cushions. Instead of just compressing like foam does, intelli-GEL buckles, and when it buckles, it relieves the pressure points on your hips and shoulders. So we see anywhere from a 50 to 80% reduction in peak pressures on your hips and shoulders.
And I noticed that just because last night was our first night, and I'm a side sleeper, And that was one, I could notice the difference between that and this Tempur-Pedic that was supposed to do that. I felt like last night I actually slept better because with the Tempur-Pedic I felt like I was still like kind of crushed on my side, and it was into my neck and not very comfortable, but I didn't notice that at all. I mean, it was great. So that was perfect.
So that is the first thing that sets intelli-GEL apart from the other materials.
Okay.
So the second thing is the fact that that the intelli-GEL material supports better.
Okay, and
So,
how does it do that?
Well, the problem with foam is that it breaks down.
Okay.
And even worse than that, it's the way that it breaks down. So the heaviest part of our body is our lower torso, right? And so that is where most of the weight, most of the work is being done in the mattress, right in the center of the bed, right?
Right.
So, and then you flip the mattress from head to foot,
Right.
right, like you're supposed to. But your heavy hip area is always
Still
in
in
the
that
center of the
center.
bed.
Okay.
So what happens is, as foam starts to break down, it breaks down more in the center of the bed than anywhere else.
So where you needed that support,
Exactly.
now you're getting less and less
That's
and less
exactly,
support.
that's
Okay.
exactly right. So what happens
see.
is your hips start to sag further and further into the bed because it can't support them. And so the way that the mattress breaks down is the problem. It cannot support you correctly if your hips are sagging further and further into the bed. You need to get off that bed because it's just causing you harm. If I sleep in a hammock shape, first of all, you can imagine standing like this all
Yes.
day long,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're sleeping all night. The problem is that if I'm like this, then my back muscles are pulling against my spine
Okay.
all night long in a state of tension, like a rubber band on there, right?
Right.
So it just stays in that state of tension all night long. And if you do that year after year, that's what destabilizes the lower back and causes all these back problems. So intelli-GEL is different. intelli-GEL does not break down like foam does. Even the best foam, the best highest density memory foam, will lose 20 to 30% of its resiliency over the first 2 years.
And you're making such a big investment, you do not need to lose that much of your investment so
Exactly.
quickly. That would be a
Exactly.
horrible thing
Yes,
to do. Yeah.
you're exactly right. And so the intelli-GEL has been tested out to 20 to 30 years, and it loses less than 5% of its resiliency over that time.
In 20 and 30
20
years.
to 30 years. I've been
Wow.
sleeping on my Posture Perfect mattress for 15 years, and I'm telling you that that bed is as nice as the day that we
And
bought
I've
it.
heard that. We have some friends that have had it 9, 10 years, and we love it since just as much as the first day we bought it.
The bottom line is that you're going to get more comfort, better support, and consistent support for a much longer period of time than you will with any of these other products that are out there. So these products are good. They're comfortable. This is just a generation later. This is the latest advancement in cushion material. So the third thing that makes intelli-GEL so good is that it is 100% completely non-toxic. So all the materials that we use in our bed, we do use a little bit of foam in our beds, but they've been completely vetted. We've tested them out, and all the materials are non-toxic. The intelli-GEL is non-toxic. And furthermore, the gel doesn't sleep hot.
Yes, we noticed that, because he's a hot sleeper.
It doesn't sleep cold.
And I'm not usually, but on our Tempur-Pedic, I was hot, and I don't usually sleep hot.
Yeah.
So,
So it doesn't sleep hot, it doesn't sleep cold, it's very temperature neutral, it's completely non-toxic. And so you get your face buried in your mattress for 8 hours a day. You've got to make sure that any off-gassing is safe. Everything off-gasses, right?
okay.
But the problem is that there are so many materials, and mattress manufacturers aren't required to disclose the materials that they use in their beds.
So no tags are on the mat that will tell me. Some may, but you're saying I don't. It's not like
There-
a box at the grocery store where I have to know exactly what's I'm eating.
There are no tags on mattresses. that
So I don't know exactly what I'm
will
sleeping on.
disclose what that mattress off-gasses. And the real problem with off-gassing is the kind of fire retardant. See, every mattress built in America needs to meet a fire standard.
Okay.
And there are many of those fire retardants that are used in mattresses that will off-gas harmful materials, known carcinogens. But the mattress manufacturers, they'll use the materials that they know is going to help them pass the test, and they kind of turn a blind eye to whether or not whether or not it's off-gassing harmful materials. All of our mattresses actually exceed the standard. We use a silica fiber fire barrier that's actually not just flame resistant, but it's self-extinguishing.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and so it far exceeds the standard. So again, the third thing that really sets intelliBED apart is that this material is completely non-toxic.
It had no smell. I will tell you that. They brought it in, they unwrapped it, and almost for a second it was sort of like a new mattress. Something new was in my room.
Yeah.
But it wasn't unpleasant. It was like, oh, new mattress. But I would say by the end of the day, you couldn't smell anything. Whereas, again, and I mentioned this in an earlier video, with our Tempur-Pedic, it was at least 2 days where you could walk into our room and you smelled memory foam. And then even after 3 weeks, I could smell it on my pillowcase, I could smell it on my pajamas, and then we moved that bed. When our intelliBED arrived, we moved it into our office. And just today, I walked in and I'm like, it smells like memory foam in my office. So, and I'm not saying just because it smells means that's toxic, but
right.
To me that's still bothersome that I'm smelling some sort of chemical or something.
I thought the Tempur-Pedic was going to be the best thing ever, because when you put your hand on it, it's soft. Like you feel it, it's soft. But it's the longer I lay on it, the harder it feels. And when I woke up, I felt sore everywhere, just kind of equally sore everywhere. And I couldn't figure that out. It didn't make sense to me.
The principle is so simple.
Yeah.
This principle of column buckling is so simple. And we engineered it so that it would buckle right at the point where it would be uncomfortable.
And it doesn't smell. I mean, there's no smell to this. What's it made out of? Some kind of silicone or?
No, it's not silicone at all. It's actually mostly food-grade mineral oil. So
Really?
yeah, mineral oil is the same
There's no smell
oil
to it.
as baby oil. So baby oil is it's soft, it's safe, it's food-grade material. This material, you could ingest it. It's not just about the gel. One of the breakthroughs of what we've done is we've combined the gel with various materials to provide, first of all, different firmnesses. Firmness
Okay.
is a preference that we have. Some people like a firmer bed, some people like a softer bed. So we combine this with different materials to give softer and firmer feels. The basis of all of our mattresses is a good support coil inner spring. Looks like this. Whoops. So the reason that we use an inner spring is because inner springs provide the best back support. We believe that the inner spring is the best system that's ever been developed for good back support.
Okay.
Because it will not allow your hips to sag into the bed. That sagging, this sagging is what causes all the problems in beds. So the first thing the bed needs to do for you is to support you correctly.
Okay.
And so the benefit of what we've done is we've taken a system that provides good back support and added, married with it, the intelli-GEL material, which relieves the pressure points off your hips and shoulders. So you get the best of both worlds.
Okay.
Springs last forever. intelli-GEL lasts forever.
So then, like, how long do you expect these beds to last?
Well, we put a 30-year warranty on them. We're the only bed that we know about there that has a 30-year warranty. In fact, most manufacturers are lowering their warranty. Tempur-Pedic used to be 20, they're down to 10 years now. And it's because of the fact that the materials that they use can't hold up.
They just don't last.
They don't last.
Excellent. Well, where do you make these?
We make them here in Utah.
In Utah?
Yeah. Everything that we use in these beds, everything, is made in the U.S. From the raw materials for the intelli-GEL come right here from the U.S. But yeah, we build these beds in Murray. We've really taken a different approach to the whole mattress marketplace. What a lot of manufacturers do is they'll pick a price point and then they'll build a bed to meet that price point.
Okay.
And so they have a million different models, and if you go to the mattress store, you'll see a sea of these beds, and it's very confusing about what's in them. Instead of that, what we did was we looked at the problems that sleepers are dealing with, and we designed beds to solve those problems. So if you primarily have back pain, we have a bed that's designed to eliminate that problem.
I see.
If you have fibromyalgia or arthritis or soft tissue problems, we have a bed that's designed to solve those problems. intelliBED is all about perfecting the science of sleep, getting people who aren't sleeping to sleep. Our core business has been to work with the problem sleepers, but even if you don't have any problems, these beds are more comfortable and they're going to last longer